Hey everyone, I'm Nick MacDonald, your headmaster of astrology at the Sisters Enchanted and star reader at Nick MacDonald Astrology, guiding you to your destiny through the stars. This is Moonspeak. Alright, so we start this week off with a waning crescent moon in Cancer. We're moving off of that last quarter moon in Gemini where we need to talk about what happened during that full moon. We need to let go through the conversations that we're having. And now we really need to work on creating some safe emotional boundaries again for ourselves. Every time that the moon enters Cancer, it's time to really focus on nurturing and taking care of our bodies and our emotional state. And the best way to do this is to make sure that those boundaries that are created are safe and stable and grounded. When we were having that full moon, it was really focused on how we can all work together as a team. And through that, there might have been some tension that came up about other people using you, you having used other people, some people not really putting in all of the effort that needed to be put in for the group. Now that you've worked all the way through the cycle up until this point, it's time to let go of those emotional attachments that you've had towards being right, towards being the one that was truthful or the hardest worker, and it's time to focus on moving forward on how you can even make yourself even better. Next up, we have the moon in Leo. The moon in Leo is finally finishing out our last lunar cycle. It's come full circle back to where it was when it was the new moon last month. Really, right now is time to let go of needing to feel big, bright, beautiful, shining. We've already done that. We've done a whole month of figuring out how to do that and create those emotional, safe places for ourselves to do that. Then when the full moon happened, we had to say, okay, well, how can I still be this way while still being part of a bigger group, still working towards a bigger idea, more of a humanitarian idea that Aquarius is associated with. But now we're bringing it back, and we're saying, okay, well, I need to let go of that, but let me have one last little hoorah. Let me have one little last, I'm big, bright, free, I can be me, I can be awesome, I can go out and have the confidence of being myself without worrying about anybody else around me. And by being that way for the last couple days that the moon is in Leo, you actually are releasing all of that energy. You're showing everybody all of that energy and all of that work that you've done. And now it's time to bring it back in to prepare for this upcoming lunar phase where we need to not necessarily be boisterous and big and bright and shining, but take it back and say, how can I make myself even better? Finally, we come to the new moon in Virgo. The new moon is all about resetting our intentions and reworking how we want to go about this next month. This next month is a big one. It starts off with 5 planets all in Virgo. The Sun, the Moon, Mercury, Venus, and Mars all create a stellium that is jam-packed with energy to focus us towards driving ourselves towards being bigger, better people as far as what our destiny and soul purpose wants us to be. Virgo is all about harvesting all of the things that you've worked on so far, all of the inner personality traits that we've worked on all the way up until now, and saying, I have done so much work, look at how amazing I am, but also, how can I get rid of what I don't need so that what I do have can grow even bigger, even stronger, even brighter? There can be a bit of an insecurity associated with the Virgo moon. So when the moon first enters into that Virgo state, we might feel really anxious and our minds might be going crazy with all of the emotional kind of things that are going on beneath the surface. And so right now it's really important not to ignore them, not to lash out on other people and try to perfect other people and other people's situations, but what can you do inside that can make yourself even better and even truer to who you want to be? This stellium creates a harmony with the South Node that's up there in Capricorn also on top of Pluto and Saturn retrograde. So there is a huge amount of energy to readjust, reanalyze, and refocus yourself so that you can project yourself into the future towards who you need to be and who the universe wants you to be. Thanks guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. And don't forget, every day that the moon moves into a new sign, it's connecting to new planets. In my weekly email that I send out, I tell what planets it's connecting to and what are the big picture ideas that we need to look at. How can we move through safely and soundly through all of these kind of crazy connections that it does. So sign up, the link is in bio, and I will send that out to you every week. Thanks guys, and I will see you next week when we talk our first quarter moon in Sagittarius. Talk to you then. Thanks.